And so begins the quest for sand. John and I felt for a while now that sand has been the challenge that we'd like to master. Well, I feel particularly strongly about this. And so the idea today is to go out and find the ideal sand pit to play in. One of the options has been Rhino Park. We're going to go over there and see if they'll allow us to practice our skills in sand riding in particular. John stays just up the road, so it's a quick dash to his place and off to the BP after that to go and pick up a few things. I've speeded the video up a little bit so as not to make it too big a file that has to be uploaded. Apart from the speed jump there, which was a lot of fun, what I found amusing when speeding up the video is that the 1200 GS actually sounds like a superbike. Listen out for that coming up. Now at this point you'd expect that we're actually arriving at Rhino Park, but the manager of Rhino Park had told us that we're not welcome to play in his sandpit, so we're leaving. John was a little annoyed with the fact that we weren't welcome, so we had a look on John's cell phone at Google Maps, because the manager did tell us that there is a sand mine in the area, which turned out to be a little bit east, and we found this dirt road along the N4 running parallel, which should take us to more or less where the sand mine is. And of course it's still raining, so apologies for the water on the lens, but I can't be wiping that out. I've got to keep the bike under control. As you can hear, the sand is getting a little bit looser here now, and a lot of fun was being had because the bike was getting slightly out of shape. Nothing too serious, just something to loosen me up. Now here we've come up to the turnoff that we need to take to get to the sand mine, or as we believe it to be. And we're not too sure because we'd seen our grumpy farmers in Gauteng become. So we're not too sure if we should go through here or not. And John's asking, do I think we should go? And of course, me being problem child, go, a question.
There's a gate there. There's no entry sign here. Is that where you saw? Okay, let's go. I see bicycle tracks.
And so we went, and a little further down the sand gets a little bit thicker once again, which is exactly what I was looking for. And this is the kind of riding I'm looking to do. Slow stuff, bit of sand, bit of stone. Speed the video up a little bit here. And although we're on the wrong track, we're definitely on the right surface. As we get to the end of this road, and John decides to play navigator again, notice how I almost dropped the bike. Again.
Hey, go for it. Yeah.
Now, as is typical of adventure riding, once again a U-turn is made once we'd reached the point where we couldn't get through anymore, and we actually discovered this is the back entrance to Rhino Park itself. And John gets out his cell phone just to check where we are in relationship to the mine, and we found that we had to go all the way back to the main road. Not too big a deal, still we're having fun.
What's that?
Okay, we must just go back. The quarry's right there. We came down the right road.
Yeah, but
where we wanted to
closed gate there.
Yeah, but that's the quarry.
Alright.
The derrick is there.
If it's closed, we can't go in.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go and have a look.
That's okay.
So anyway, after a long ordeal, we found the sand mine. And here it is. John's gone ahead already. We'd spoken to the security guards, found out who the manager was. Couldn't get hold of him because it's obviously a public holiday, so he's off doing whatever people do on public holidays, like riding in sand. In any case, this is what it looks like, and it looks promising. John and I are hoping to get hold of this manager and find out from him if it's possible that we can come here on a semi-regular basis, maybe give him a call, ask him for permission, and really come and practice. As you can see right here, it starts getting a little bit thick already, which is great. It's just what we're looking for.
Perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. Let's go look.
Now just around this corner, while boldly going ahead as a fool, look, mud. But after watching a couple of YouTube videos, I've heard the expression, more throttle, more better. After riding down a little bit, once again come around a bend, what do we see? Mud. But what have we learned? More throttle, more better. And again, more mud, more throttle, more better. And coming up, there's a little turn to the right, and I just get it out of shape where I almost drop her again. And here she comes, watch out for it. Now as I'm riding along here, the sand gets thicker and harder in places and softer in other places. We didn't bother deflating our tires simply because we felt that would make it too easy. It's already rained, the sand's a little bit tighter than it would normally be, and getting up to some speed, not too quick of course. We're in uncharted territory, so a little bit of caution is a good thing. But yeah, this was fun. And just in the distance there, what do I see? A little hill to climb. But just before they get there, let's have another go at dropping the bike. As always, more throttle, more better. At this point, I'd become a little bit bored with the flat sand, and I was looking for something to get the bike a little bit out of shape. And as you can see here, I crossed over these mounds to try and just get things interesting. And you can pick up what the bike's doing by watching the screen at the bottom of the video screen, and the handlebars come into view there as well. And this is where the fun starts as far as I'm concerned. Now at this point, John's a little bit ahead of me, and I can't understand, but I'm getting hitten in the face by sand. There you can see my glove coming up to clear my eyes, and the sand is I'm just being peppered. Move the visor up, move the visor down. It just doesn't stop, and I'm wiping my eyes. Eventually, I decide, you know what? Let's just get moving. Blink lots and go. As I'm going, I'm still getting peppered by sand, and I just can't understand it. Because John's way ahead of me, and I'm offset to the right of him. It's just, where's the sand coming from? Eventually, while going through this little area here, I eventually spot that the sand is actually coming up from just between the handlebar and the instrument panel. It's actually being thrown up by the front wheel. Now, as I come up to this mound in front of me, I realize this is the sand we've been looking for. And I call to John to try and get his attention, but this really is it. This is very much, if it was dry, the same as Rhino Park's sandpit. Doing these little turns here, I've got the clutch out. So when I'm revving the motor, it's not me slipping the clutch, it's the back wheel spinning.
This is it.
Now, after having played around in the sand just for a few minutes, we didn't want to overstay our welcome. We're kind of on our way out. This little piece here, there's a thick piece coming up which I've added again in slow-mo. Have a look at the handlebars. You can see I'm working the steering as the front wheel gets loose, and really that's what I'm looking for to play in. But once again, we didn't want to overstay our welcome. We do want to come back again, and we'll definitely get hold of the manager of this sand mine and ask for permission. Right, in closing this video, I'd like to thank you for watching. Any ideas and tips on video editing, what's boring, what's interesting, let me know. I know a lot of people feel that they like to listen to music while they're watching videos of this nature. However, I feel it's much more interesting listening to what the motor's doing, listening to what the people say. However, the wind noise I know is a problem. Any ideas on how to combat that would be welcome as well. I do have an external microphone for one of the older cameras, but not for the new one yet, as I found that having the microphone in your helmet, people are listening to you breathe and cough and sneeze and carry on, and that's messy to me. So I'll post this on the BMW forum. Please give me some feedback, much appreciated. And until the next episode, which I believe we're going to try tomorrow, thanks again for watching.